Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Tech State Asian Culture Museum. Welcome to the Hakata Village. My name is Nick, and I am this museum's curator and historian, and it's great to be with you. The purpose of this distance learning video is not just for our YouTube and social media, but we do have a TV in here that plays information, so this video will be posted onto the TV for people to watch and learn about Hakata as they go through the room. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's the Hakata. So, what is Hakata? Where did it come from? What are the purposes? I'm glad you asked. So, Hakata go back to about the 17th century. Some documents of research put it back even beforehand, but the Hakata practice itself, mainly 17th century. And this is mainly a family. It is their talent, it is their trait, it is what they do. So, in the region of Fukuoka in Japan, in the village of Hakata, you will find the family that makes them. And in today's time, there's about 100 Hakata makers left in the world. And Hakata is basically a clay. These dolls are just clay based. So you get the molding clay like you would like in art class type of thing. And then you'll begin to start cutting, shaping, digging into. So it's a lot of more handwork, and then you might have some sculpting tools like a knife type of thing. But really, it's all handwork that you go into with a single block of clay, and you just shape it and form it, and you create a base, an outline, and then once you have all that, then you will go and place it into a kiln to be fired and baked, and that is usually at around 900 degrees Celsius. That's extremely hot. And then you start to form it. You take it out, do some more work to it if you need to add things, resculpt it so you'll get it wet again to help mold and figure through, and then you'll start to really get to your shape that you want. Big shapes like this. Some of these guys are they're more hollowed out, so it has a better stance, standing up so they're not so heavy. Others like this will be solid, just completely clay all around, depending on how much you're going to be using. And then once you have your final product, you will then bake it again, it's final time. And then once you let it cool down, then you'll go in and start painting all the features, the patterns, the face, the color of the eyes and things like that. So these Hakata in this room, there's about 514 of them in this room alone. The museum itself right now has close to 1,000. When Billy Chandler went to Japan in the mid to late 50s, when she began teaching at the American base for the soldiers' children, she did do a lot of traveling around. One of the things she did find was the Hakata village, and she decided to buy the life's work of the families. According to our records from Chandler's time, she had bought close to 3,000 Hakata dolls, and she's continued to have them made and commissioned and be brought over even when she came back to Corpus. So there's still more. Throughout the time, though, they were sold off for funding purposes, but also given to her family, her estate, and then we're left with the ones that we have now. So, like I've said, it is a complete tedious process. She's a little more hollow, has a great sounding bass, and then all this right here, hand painted. Can you imagine the talent, how sturdy your hand would have to be to get into the detail of this? It's remarkable. The artwork itself is remarkable, and it's just all clay, so it's easily breakable, we know from experience. And if you look to that painting over there, that is one of the last Hakata makers that Chandler was in contact with. And like I said, today's time in where the region of Hakata is now, you would find at least there's about 100 sold left of these makers. And then so that's pretty much it on Hakata. Some of them like this, these are their Kiridobushi warriors, these are samurai. Their story is very intricate. You can see how these bowls, that's a alcohol drinking bowl, and they drink sake. And they have a lance. That lance is one of the immortal spears in Japan. So the story is, you know, there was a rival clan. They made fun of him because he didn't want to drink with them. They thought he was weak. So there was a song, a poem that says, you know, if you drink this whole entire bowl of sake, we will give you the immortal spear, and you become invincible in battle. So he accepted the challenge, beat them, and now he has a spear, which is why these guys, some of them have, you know, their spears. So things like that, you know, you get the line dancers, the geishas. This whole room is constructed in a pattern of these dolls, and it's wonderful. So do check it out. We're glad you enjoyed it. Oh, the reason why I was wearing gloves is because these are about 7 years old, and the oils from our fingers can mess up the paint. So wearing protective gloves helps keep everything intact. So thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed it. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy. See you next time.